Welcome to the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Today we're looking at a paper trending on X, published on February 4th, 2026, about a week ago. It solves a major puzzle in interpretability by decomposing the query key space into low-rank components, showing exactly how features align to generate attention scores. The paper is titled, Decomposing Query Key Feature Interactions Using Contrastive Covariances. And as we'll see later, the results are really impressive, demonstrating that we can even manipulate these subspaces to steer the model's attention. So, Figure 1 illustrates the core concept using a simple find the fruits task. In this example, the model sees a sequence like cat, apple, and truck, and the query find the fruits needs to attend specifically to the fruit words. To understand how this happens, the method defines two terms. The positive covariance, seen on the left, captures the interaction when the feature matches, such as the query connecting to apple. Conversely, the negative covariance on the right captures interactions with non-fruits like cat. By taking the difference, the method cancels out the shared background noise, isolating the specific subspace responsible for the fruit feature. Well, Figure 1 laid out the concept, and now Figure 2 puts it to the test using a synthetic task where the true feature ranks are known. The heat map compares the ground truth ranks on the axes against the recovered ranks inside each split cell. In the upper left section, the cells are dark green, indicating the method perfectly retrieves the correct ranks. This success occurs because the total complexity of the features fits within the head's dimension of 8. However, down in the bottom right, the lighter colors reveal that the recovered ranks are lower than the truth. This happens because the model is forced into superposition, compressing the features into a smaller space than they naturally occupy. Alright, while the previous figure confirmed we could recover the right dimensions, Figure 4 demonstrates that these subspaces actually control the model's behavior. Here, the authors intervene on the key vectors to shift attention from an original token, shown in blue, to a target token, shown in orange. Look at the central group labeled Z1 plus Z2. When they swap coordinates in both recovered subspaces, the attention transfers almost completely to the target, driving the orange bar up to nearly 1. In contrast, the random baselines on the right fail to produce this clean shift, proving the method has isolated the true causal mechanism. So, having validated the method on synthetic data, Figure 6 applies it to a real large language model to visualize the geometry of filter heads. These heads are specialized to attend to specific categories, like finding fruits in a list. In panel A, the plot projects keys and queries for 5 categories into 3 dimensions. You can see clear clusters where the queries, marked with crosses, align symmetrically with the keys, marked as circles. This geometric alignment is what allows the model to match a category query to the correct items. Then, Panel B expands this to 13 categories, showing that these distinct semantic clusters are a consistent feature of the model's internal representation. Well, while the previous figure looked at semantic categories, Figure 8 digs into binding mechanisms, specifically how the model links objects to positions. In Panel A, Principal Component Analysis reveals the order ID subspace, where you can clearly see keys and queries forming matched clusters based on their sequence position. Then, for the identity of the objects themselves, Panel B shows the lexical subspace. Since this space is higher dimensional, the projection looks dense, so Panel C uses a technique called UMAP to separate these clusters, confirming that distinct lexical identities are also encoded in their own geometric space. Okay. Distinct geometric spaces are great, but Figure 10 asks a quantitative question. Do these spaces actually drive the attention scores? This chart breaks down the logits for a head solving a binding task. The black line tracks the final attention score, peaking at the correct answer, C. The stacked bars reveal that this peak is driven almost entirely by the blue order ID and orange lexical subspaces. Crucially, the green residual portions are minimal, confirming that the decomposition successfully captures the true mechanism behind the model's prediction. Just to round out the technical side, Table 1 details the hyperparameters for the toy model training. You can see they used a compact embedding dimension, labeled D of 32, and varied the head dimension between 8 and 16. These small sizes were critical because they allowed the researchers to precisely control when the feature rank would overflow the head's capacity. Finally, standard settings like a batch size of 256 and a weight decay of 0.01 ensured the optimization remained stable. Wrapping up, 2 takeaways stand out. This method successfully decomposes the complex query key space into interpretable low-rank components without needing extra training. This doesn't just explain why a model attends to a token, but allows us to causally steer that attention, offering a powerful new way to debug and control large language models. That's it for this episode of the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Thanks for listening.